Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Bleed for This. Yes, Bleed for This stars Miles Teller, Aaron Eckhart, Ted Levine, and Katey Sagal. And this movie is written and directed by Ben Younger, who previously wrote and directed movies like Prime and Boiler Room, which are pretty decent films. And honestly, this movie, Bleed for This, is just a pretty decent film, yes. The story of this movie, Bleed for This, is about this boxer who's this huge heavyweight, big famous boxer, and this movie's based on a true story, and this boxer gets into a car accident and ends up breaking his neck, and basically he can never box ever again, but he wants to be on the road to recovery and get back in the ring and show what he's got and stuff, and basically he does that and stuff. It's almost sort of like, it's basically sort of like an underdog sort of story and stuff, and again, this movie stars Miles Teller as this real-life character, and honestly, I was not at all really looking forward to this movie, Bleed for This, because I do love boxing movies. Boxing movies can be amazing. Like, look at Rocky Balboa, Creed, The Fighter, Cinderella Man. Boxing movies can be truly inspirational, great sports films, but they can also be really stupid movies, like this year's Hands of Stone and like Play It to the Bone or something. Like, those are really dumb movies. See, boxing movies can be either really great or really dumb, and I didn't know if this movie would be good or great. It just kind of looked okay from the trailers. And honestly, I went to go see this movie anyways, and honestly, it was just okay. Bleed for This has its moments of greatness, but there's a lot of things I really did not like about this movie, but I'll start off with the good things. The good things are the lead performances. Miles Teller is in this movie, and he is good in the movie. He's not great. I really wanted to see some of his, like, whiplash sort of acting, like this really top-notch acting. He really didn't give that in this movie, but he did play the character very well. He looked the part of the character, and he was fine in the movie. Aaron Eckhart was probably the best in the movie as his trainer. I enjoyed him. He had some pretty funny lines in the movie, and he had pretty good chemistry with Miles Teller. Katey Sagal plays his mother. She's also really good in the movie. Same with Ted Levine. He's also briefly in the film. They're good in the film. There's a couple of good boxing scenes, but other than that, like, when you watch movies like Creed and The Fighter, like, those are boxing scenes really well done. This one just has okay boxing scenes. There's nothing that's really gripping or, like, intense as shit. They're pretty kind of by-the-books boxing scenes, but they're still entertaining to watch, but yeah, other than that, this movie is very cliched, very melodramatic and stuff. You can predict everything that's going to happen in this movie. It's a movie I've seen a bunch of times. There's nothing unique or fresh or original about this film. I wanted to get fully invested with the characters, but I really couldn't. They're all pretty bland characters, but luckily they're portrayed by good actors. Miles Teller did a good job in the movie, so did Aaron Eckhart and Katey Sagal. Just the writing for the film was really bland. Like, the characters weren't interesting. They didn't say or do anything interesting. The story itself was also very formulaic and very predictable, and I really wasn't moved or gripped by this movie. There's some scenes that are really emotional, hard to watch, and really sad, but honestly, I didn't find this movie sad or emotional at all. Again, there are some pretty good boxing scenes, and the three lead performances are good. This movie is by no means a bad movie. It's just kind of like a forgettable movie. I could see a lot of people still liking this movie. If you're like a person who loves boxing movies and loves sports movies, I can definitely see you liking this movie. This movie's definitely better than Hands of Stone, that movie that came out a few months ago. That movie was just awful. This movie does have elements of greatness, but there's a lot of things that just really didn't work in this movie, and I can never see myself watching this movie again. This movie is no Rocky or Fighter or Cinderella Man. It's just kind of a forgettable boxing movie that does have a lot of good things in it, but it's just a very forgettable film and very predictable, very cliched, and I don't know if I could recommend it. Maybe huge sports movie fans could like it, but other than that, I don't know if I can really recommend it. It's not a bad movie. It is an enjoyable film. I am glad I watched it the one time, but I would never watch this movie again. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the movie Bleed for This a 6 out of 10. So yeah, it's decent. It's just a decent film. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Bleed for This. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite boxing movie of all time? Mine is, of course, the first Rocky, but what is your favorite? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.